Hello again, everybody. Zack Attack is here with my WWE Raw review for tonight, Monday, November 23rd, 2015, taking place from the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, Tennessee. Coming off of Survivor Series, of course, a very pay-per-view that everyone's been indifferent on, especially with the lack of good, exciting matches, lack of undercard billing and booking, and of course, the anticlimactic main event, and of course, the ending that let people scratching their heads more than if Reigns would have won, with Sheamus winning the title. Raw needed to make up for it. They need to make up for a lackluster Survivor Series in many people's eyes. Mine eyes, kind of too. But this Raw was, yeah! There was some okay things. They're trying to build up TLC, including main event made for tonight, which would have been a lot better if Rollins wasn't injured, in my opinion. And just okay things. The main event tonight, not bad for being two guys who just are brawlers, not good wrestlers, not bad of a match. They're trying to make it exciting. But besides that, it's been okay. The Divas match, a little bit of the Survivor Series, but a little bit up and down tonight for Raw. Some stupid little segments, including a Heath Slater segment that should have stayed on Superstars. Oh, hell, even on pre-show. So, there you go. First things first, we have, of course, the Authority coming out to celebrate their champion, Sheamus, who came in to cash in Money to Make. There's like three camps of people. People who like Sheamus, and there are very few people that like Sheamus and like the fact he won. People who hate Sheamus but likes Roman Reigns and are pissed that Roman Reigns lost. And there's people like, oh, we hate Sheamus, but we hate Reigns more and we love the fact he lost. So there's three camps of people. Mostly it's the third camp. We hate both Sheamus and Reigns, but we love the fact that Reigns didn't win the title. A lot of those people. So Sheamus came out with the Authority. Of course, the You Look Stupid chant. Of course, Reigns had a championship for less than 5 minutes. Until he got cashed in. A lot of people compared the Roman Reigns cash in from Sheamus, kind of compared it to when Daniel Bryan got cashed in on. Kind of equal with Triple H getting involved. There was even a Reddit today. I saw it. I like this movie better with Daniel Bryan. They had like the ending of Survivor Series side by side with the ending of SummerSlam of 2013, almost exactly to the T. Celebration, Pyro. The Triple H got involved in any way, shape, or form leads to a cash in. And of course, mentioned my Survivor Series review. It's the second time this year that Roman Reigns has been cashed in on for Money in the Bank with Mania and last night. So as Sheamus was celebratory about his victory over Reigns, cashing in on him, here comes the man himself, Roman Reigns. Of course, if you all should have guessed, fuming over the fact he lost after he had the championship in his hands. He's like, yeah, I finally did it. And I don't care what the fans think of me, because they were booing it. Then boom. Sheamus cashed in. So LT's acting up tonight. So obviously came out wanting a rematch for tonight. Of course, Reigns speared Triple H last night, so Triple H is like, no way am I giving you a rematch tonight. On my time, my terms, I named the rematch. So then as Triple H and Reigns had a stare down, from behind, Rusev came back tonight after a few weeks away after his engagement to Lana in real life. Kind of ruined his storyline with Summer Rae, got punished for a bit, got some heat. He kicked the hell out of Reigns, which led to another Brogue Kick from Sheamus, which led to two announcements. That Rusev would take on Reigns later on our main event, and the main event of TLC would be announced. A TLC match, tables, letters, and chairs, match for the WWE Championship between Sheamus and Roman Reigns. Makes me think, God, I have a gig that night and will miss TLC live. I'll still watch it on network later, but I'm happy I'm missing it live because In my mind, I think it would have been a whole lot better if it was Reigns and Rollins for TLC. That would have been an awesome match. Because Sam could have done so much in that match. Because he looked good in that match against Dean Ambrose in a ladder match at Money in the Bank earlier this year. So it would be more exciting if it was Rollins, but things happen, shit happens. But a lot of people are getting injured these days. Orton's injured. Rollins is injured. Cesaro's now injured. They need to go back to doing 2-hour walls again. Because 3-hour walls is killing everybody. It's taking its toll. There's more WWE injured wrestlers than there is injured quarterbacks this year in football. So Sheamus and Reigns is just going to be unexciting of a match. Like WWE's like, hey, you hate Reigns? You hate Sheamus more. We don't want Owens as champion. No. We're not going to have Ambrose champion. We don't want to have Sheamus be champion. And no heel turn. Now, I was disappointed. Probably the biggest disappointment besides Sheamus winning was the fact we had no major heel turn from Reigns and Ambrose. That would have been more exciting than seeing fucking Sheamus get involved. Way more exciting. So on to our first match of the night. The Dudley Boys, fresh off their last second Survivor Series match last night in the pre-show. I thought, okay, maybe another match against the Ascension. Maybe we can get a feud with them properly. Maybe get a TLC match out of it. Maybe a tables match at TLC. I kind of said that in my Survivor Series review last night. We should see Ascension and Dudley's in a tables match. I think we still could have a tables match at TLC involving Dudley's, but maybe not against Ascension. Maybe against the Wyatts, who are recovering for the loss against The Undertaker and Kane. They should have got over. Maybe they get over the Dudley Boys in this feud. It's kind of weird that you had the Wyatts taking on one legendary tag team, go from that to another famous tag team, the legendary Dudley Boys. So the tag team match was a decent match. Back and forth with Bray and Harper being the ones representing the Wyatt family, while Strowman and Rowan were at ringside. So the Dudley Boys took over early, some big moves, even trying to set up for the 3D. But then Bray got the hot tag in with his big flying set time missing. And Dudley's capitalizing on that distraction with some big moves and wah-ya! But then Baba got distracted, took it out. A little bit of the clothesline. Sister Abigail coming up the distraction for the outside 1-2-3 victory for the Wyatts, beating the Dudleys, while laying him out again with another Sister Abigail beatdown after the match. So I think we're going to have a Wyatt Dudleys feud. If they do it right, Wyatts and Dudleys could be an interesting feud. This should be a tables match involved. If they're not going to have the Ascension take on Dudleys in a tables match at TLC, they need to have a Dudley's tables match with the Wyatts. So there you go. Speaking of people that should be at TLC competing, especially for a title, we have Sasha Banks, who should be up for the Divas Championship. I cannot stress that enough. Sasha Banks, Charlotte needs to happen soon. I even said in my Survivor Series, my bold prediction for 2016, Sasha Banks and Charlotte should be at WrestleMania. We might be, because I think the Paige feud ain't over yet. As the night will unfold, we should see about that. So Sasha Banks took on Becky Lynch for the Divas Revolution, not getting much footing on the main roster, with the crowd being indifferent to it and the booking kind of being sloppy for the Divas Revolution, and on NXT still getting better booking for the Divas matches. And allow Sasha Bayley. That says it all right there. The Iron Woman match, epic. Not even there in the main roster. But this match, for what it was, fun Divas match. Fun match between Sasha Banks and Becky. Two girls who know each other from NXT days, putting on a great showing, great effort for both women. Great back and forth action. Great spots from Becky Lynch with some big splashes in the corner, some big clotheslines. And of course, Sasha coming back with the big knee stomps. And trying many efforts for the bank statement. And so did Becky Lynch trying so many efforts for the disarmer. But Team Bad was at ringside. Tamina and Naomi representing their partner. It is, at one point, like I said, Sasha was put into this armor, the submission move from Becky. And we were distracted from Tamina. Naomi got Sasha pulled up to the rope for the rope break. That was the signal of the end with Team Bad getting involved in the matchup, helping distract Becky long enough for Sasha to capitalize. With Lynch getting distracted again by Naomi on the apron with a slap to Naomi. Sasha took advantage of the distraction, rolled up Becky, held the tights, 1-2-3 victory for Sasha with a little help from her friends. Oh, she beat Becky with a little help from her friends. So there you go. Fun, exciting Divas match to end the first hour. So I think Sasha could be on the way for Divas title match. No, the Paige Charlotte feud, I thought it was over, but it's not. Especially since Paige, who's I think is a good heel now, she's always playing a good heel. But I think she's really being aggressive as a heel. As she showed a clip for Survivor Series when she tapped out to the figure 8 last night, Charlotte's arms were under the ropes. So, rematch tonight will take place between Paige and Charlotte for the Divas title match. Before we get to that, we had the New Day coming out to celebrate their 1-year anniversary with the Country Jubilee. Making fun of country music with a great segment. Talking about the stereotypes for a country song about your dog and your mama. When my girlfriend ran away. With the trombone. That was a fun segment. And in the midst of that, Jamboree, they issued an open challenge for the tag team titles. I was like, okay, Usos is going to accept it. Well, the Dragons came out and wanted to accept it, but then the Usos came out as well. And New Day was like, no. It's unfair. I was hoping for a triple threat. It looked like we were going to have a triple threat. That would have been awesome. But I think they're saving that for TLC. As the New Day pulled out, but then got attacked from both New Dragons and the Usos with a double super kick for the Usos, taking out everybody, leaving Xavier on his own to get tossed out. So that's what could be building. A lot of build up for TLC tonight. Although it would have been cool to see a triple threat match tonight, they'll try to build up some TLC. Hopefully they can build TLCs on the card better than they did with Survivor Series. Now with not one thing dominating, they can finally build the storylines properly for the undercard. Unlike the booking for the undercard for Survivor Series, with not much effort put into it at all. Hoping there's more effort into the booking, into the setting up the storylines. It's setting it up better for TLC instead of what they did for Survivor Series. Which was no effort at all. On to our next scenario. Mark Henry taking on Neville, the only member eliminated from his team last night in the traditional Survivor Series match held on the pre-show. Only nitpick with that match. It was kind of interesting to see Henry and Neville. And Neville should not be wrestling Mark Henry. He used to be one getting pushed for a title shot, but no. They want people like Sheamus. Jimmy. We don't want people like Neville. We want Sheamus. We want Sheamus. Fuck you, man. Hell, Neville and Wade should be a better TLC match. Anybody else in Reigns would be better than Reigns and Sheamus in TLC. I'm sorry. Hope the only call makes up for that lackluster main event we're going to have. Thank God there's Ring of Honor. Starting to be a Ring of Honor fan. Especially after the Ring of Honor show in Kalamazoo. That reviews on my channel, by the way. But not about Ring of Honor for now. No more cheap plugs for them. That's about WWE. In the Neville Mark Henry match, Henry tried to strengthen energy. They caught Neville a few times as Neville's high-flying abilities got thwarted by Henry in his strength. But then Neville got back in the game with some big nasty drop kicks. Big flying moves. Eventually setting up for the Red Arrow and the victory for Neville in a quick little match against Mark Henry. And Henry shook his hand. I thought we were going to see Mark Henry turn heel for the 1 billionth and unnecessary time. Mark Henry changes roles more than the Divas change clothes and changes boyfriends. You know what I mean? Mark Henry or Big Show turn heel or babyface, nobody cares. Oh, Mercury's here again? Nobody cares. Oh, he's face again? Nobody cares. A lot of Survivor Series rematches tonight, but it wasn't as bad as usual. Like, I know, like, after pay-per-views, we always get a lot of rematches. Wasn't as bad as usual. But that's not saying much. 6-man tag involving members of Survivor Series matches, as Titus and Goldust teamed up with the only guy from Primetime Players not to be in that Survivor Series match, Darren Young, to team up against the Ascension and Cody Rhodes' alter ego, Stardust, the Cosmic Wasteland. 6-man tag. Decent 6-man tag here. This is an okay matchup. With the Ascension beating up on Goldust and then eventually beating up on Darren Young, getting isolated in the corner by Connor and some big nasty moves. Before Goldust got the hot tag, after Goldust tried to come in illegally. Before Titus O'Neil got the hot tag in. Some big nasty moves. Splashes in the corner, backdrops before setting up the clash of the Titus on Connor in a 1-2-3 victory for the Primetime Players and Goldust in a decent 6-man tag. I said this as a Survivor Series. Maybe Stardust and Goldust can finally have that match that they should have earlier this year. The match in Fastlane didn't compute. The feud was good billing, good booking for it, but with Goldust maybe retiring, they should have had a better match for him because the Fastlane match was stupid. And no match in Mania to capitalize on it. So maybe they're going to have a proper send-off. And maybe this could be farewell for Stardust with Goldust being back. The only nice little surprise from last night's Survivor Series. Yeah, you know it's bad, but the only major good thing to come out of it is Goldust return. So there you go. Next up, promo from Zeb Coulter and Alberto Del Rio. With Zeb Coulter being the leader of Max American. About there'd be like a state of a Max American address about people complaining on the internet, being haters. In Max America, the borders are now closed, blah, 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 blah. And then Jack Swagger came out saying Zeb used to mean something, used to fight for what's right, used to say, we the people. Now you're like the things we were against. Supporting immigrants. And you're supporting one right now. We kind of saw a building of a Swagger Del Rio feud. We kind of knew it was kind of inevitable because Zeb Coulter turned his back on Swagger. At least they're trying to do something with Swagger now after not being used a lot since Zeb Coulter's injury. But being against Coulter now and Del Rio, I know these two have feuded before for a World Championship, and that was a couple years ago at WrestleMania. But the roles are reversed. Swagger was the heel, with Coulter, ironically, as his manager, and Del Rio was the babyface. So, interesting scenario that we would have these two guys face off again, this time for a mid-card title. Not the world title, but the U.S. title. And the roles being reversed. So, they would have, it looked like they would have a little brawl. But a brawl never happened as Del Rio backed out before Swagger could get his hands on him. But I'm hearing they were having a match on SmackDown, which could lead to a possible TLC match between these two guys. And it could be interesting to see these guys wrestle again. You know what I mean? Seeing the see guys wrestle against each other may get a little boring after a while. We'll see how these guys does after a few years off from each other. And with the roles being reversed now, with Del Rio the heel and Jack the face, and see if they can really build up Jack Swagger again after some downward spiral the last couple of months with him not being utilized. Because he's an athlete, you know, he's American. You know, he's like the next Kurt Angle if they would build him properly. You know, he's like a collegiate guy, you know, amateur wrestler. Not a gold medalist, but close to it. So there you go. On to our Divas title match. The rematch for Survivor Series as Paige took on Charlotte again. Now, I kind of rated the match at Survivor Series high, but looking back, it was kind of a sloppy match. It was like, okay, but it was a lot more running around. Even though I like the physicality, but it's too much running around, too much slow points. This match was a little bit of an improvement on the match at Survivor Series. Crowd was more into it than Atlanta. Atlanta just sat on the fucking hands. So, like, they got really physical on the outside again. Like, it was like kind of a back and forth little matchup. Kind of a, like I said, a little bit more better than the match in Survivor Series. A lot more better action. A lot winning. With Paige really looking good as a heel now. Like, she looked good last night. She looked good again tonight. No cheap ploys. With Paige really continuing to control, especially targeting Charlotte's knee. They ball on the outside a little bit. Got back in the ring a little bit. With Paige taking more control. But then Charlotte came flying back with some big chops. It turns out for a figure eight again. Went for a famous head scissors move. And these two were like getting really physical like they did last night. You know, then they bought again on the outside. And we have a double count out. Wow. But the ending kind of made, the post-match ending kind of made up for it. Made up for the double count out. Paige kicked the hell out of Charlotte on the outside. Leading up to Charlotte being tossed against the steel step by Paige. And after that, Charlotte got put on the table by Paige, setting up a PTO on the table. So the Paige and Charlotte feud ain't over yet. We may see a match between them at TLC. Maybe they can use weapons. Really step up their game in the Divas game. Really want to amp it up. Because Manchester Survivor Series was just okay. The match tonight was better. Better match tonight. But at least this Paige thing is continuing though. But I hope it ends at TLC. So we can finally see the match I've been yelling about for the last couple weeks. And once again, broken record. I'm sorry I keep saying it every week. I need to make my point across. That Paige and Charlotte needs to end so we can finally see the match we all really want to see. Charlotte and Sasha feud for the Divas Championship and have the matches they should have, like they do on NXT. Give them the time, give them the match they deserve to have, and also give them the proper place for it. I said it on my Survivor Series review. Although I would like to see it on a B-list pay-per-view, Charlotte and Sasha deserve to wrestle at Wrestle fucking Mania. That's where Charlotte and Sasha should feud at. Should have a match at WrestleMania. And really show that Divas Revolution is the next thing going on the main roster instead of shitty booking that we've seen. Now on to a silly segment. Involving Heath Slater. God. I can't believe he's still hiring at a company. He's like he's still got a job. You know, being a jobber. And he did it again, doing some silly, overstrong segment which ended with Ryback attacking him. Meat hook, shell shock, no shock, beat down, let's move on. Segment that should have been for superstars. Now on to our last major match before our main event. Now the Survivor Series rematch. Kind of. With four guys who wrestled each other. Ziggler teaming up with Ambrose against both their respective Survivor Series opponents, Kevin Owens and Tyler Breeze, who won last night. And I said about the Breeze Ziggler match, they had a lot more potential. On paper, it looked awesome. The match itself, way too short and way too sudden of an ending. Should have been better. Could have been better. Maybe they're gonna rematch one-on-one at TLC or something. It'd be a better match that they deserve to have. So the tag team match was decent. We're good at with Ziggler and Breeze starting off, getting their hands on each other until Owens got in with some big nasty moves, big splashes. Andre Ambrose getting in. After Ziggler got isolated in the corner by Owens and Breeze kind of working together as a team. Isolating Ambrose. It was kind of interesting to watch one night with a football game, the best Monday Night Football game in a while. Because all of Monday Night Football games have been throwaway games. But tonight was the Pats, so it was kind of a slow start, but it got going. So after the isolation of Ziggler in the corner by Owens and Breeze, the hot tag to Ambrose coming like a house of fire, big flying moves. He flew over the middle rope onto Kevin Owens, where he took out Breeze first on the outside before delivering the lunatic fridge claws on Owens, setting up the dirty deeds and the 1-2-3 victory for Ambrose and Ziggler in a decent, fun tag team affair. Now on to our main event. Roman Reigns and Rusev. On paper, this match should have been unexciting because these two guys are not good wrestlers, just brawlers. Only good for punching and kicking, punching and kicking. But this wasn't that bad of a main event tonight. I was watching football, but I had it on picture. So Wayne and Rusev trying to make things exciting with Sheamus and ringside. Of course, we should have known that Sheamus would get involved in the match, and he got involved a lot before eventually being tossed out by the referee. And the match, like I said, should have been unexciting, stupid, but it wasn't that bad. Rusev looked good after being out for a few weeks. He really showed his agility tonight in this matchup. Some big nasty kicks. And I hate to say this, Rusev carried the match. He carried the match. Roman Reigns trying to look better and trying to prove that his match will be exciting against Sheamus. So then after Rusev gets some big moves, including nailing the accolade at one point, trying to kick the accolade in after big nasty kicks and clotheslines. Reigns got to come back with the big Superman punch. Balls on the outside. And then as Reigns and Rusev have a ball on the outside, and Reigns delivers a drive-by out of nowhere, King Barrett shows up. Calls it a disqualification. Beating up by Reigns because Reigns took out Sheamus, who's Barrett's tag team partner. So Barrett had a chair brought into the mix. Where it hit Reigns with it. But then Reigns got the chair, hit Barrett with it, and then hit Rusev with it. Before Sheamus tried for a sneak attack. Tried to come back for being thrown out for the match with a sneak attack, but got thrown by Reigns when he got hit with a chair. With Reigns standing tall by hitting everybody with steel chairs. So okay ending to an up and down wall. Kind of an indifferent wall. Hey, you can't have, every wall can't be good. We've had some okay walls since the injuries have happened. I remember the wall after Hell in a Cell wasn't that bad. I thought we were onto something. But it's been up and down since Rollins' injury. And now we have, like I said, Cesaro's injured now. Another big loss for WWE. So there you go. Main event should have been bad, but it wasn't that bad. Rusev looked okay, but of course Reigns looked better, kind of trying to make him look good, trying to regain himself, regain momentum to getting screwed over again. Maybe Reigns is a destined to be champion. I said this after he lost at Mania, he will be champion eventually, but I don't think he'll ever be because the fans hate him. But maybe after getting screwed so many times, especially twice by the Money in the Bank briefcase, and the third time at the Money in the Bank ladder match, getting screwed out of the briefcase in general. You know what I mean? I think maybe they want sympathy for Reigns. And when he finally wins the championship, people will finally cheer for him instead of boo him. But he's getting the John Cena treatment. Super Reigns, as I'm calling him now. And we should go, okay, little war tonight, up and down. Some decent points. We're kind of building towards TLC. We're getting decent building for the undercard. The undercard's getting better attention more than it did before Survivor Series. With a possible triple threat match for the tag team titles. Swagger Del Rio, possibly. Maybe Paige and Charlotte again with a step. If they have the balls to do that. Maybe a tables match between Dudleys and Wyatts. And of course, now we know the main event, Sheamus and Reigns in TLC. At least it's not stairs this year. God, it was like stupid tables, ladders, and chairs, and stairs. That was like stupid last year. So there you go. That is my wall review for tonight. Thank you very much for watching. With that in mind, you better act by the review from Zach. See ya. Yeah.